oh my gosh, what kids are wearing these days. And I honestly wonder, do kids realize they're in a toxic relationship with creators? I didn't realize the effect social media had on kids until I became an adult and started watching what's doing to them in real time. A little backstory. I grew up in a time where kids wore layers of mismatched shirts and skirts with cartoon characters on them, and somehow it all still felt modest in a way. I even had a big time rush shirt. Uh, 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 make it count, play it straight. Don't look back, don't hesitate. Where we go, big time. See you on a, listen to your heart now. Don't you feel the rush? Okay, I'm getting off track. And you know what? Kids dress like what they saw on TV. From around 2005 to 2015, there were so many shows that weren't even cartoons, you know? These days, there's Big City Green, Loud House, all of those cartoon shows. But now let me take you back to my time. In my time, it was Good Luck Charlie, Hannah Montana, iCarly, Zoe 101. That's a little bit older for me, so I'm gonna put that like, that was a little bit older. I didn't really get Zoe 101. It wasn't my show. But you know what was? Victorious. Victorious. Here I am. Once again. Casey Undercover. I keep it undercover. The fact that I remember these theme songs is crazy. Anyway, Disney and Nickelodeon were making hit kids shows, and channels like BET and Fox, those were clearly not for kids. There were a real distinction between adults and kids spaces. Like, my hands represent the distinction and my face is the boundary. Okay, this what it was. Now, fast forward to today. That boundary, like I said, my face is the boundary, is like this. Yeah, like, can you see just my nose? It's barely just my nose, y'all. It's barely just my nose. It's like this. It barely exists. And I want to talk about 3 things that cause this shift. Número 1, parents. Número 2, companies. And número 3, social media. And with that being said, let's get into it. I'm not a parent, but I was a kid. And growing up, I was outside most of the time. When I wasn't outside, I was watching SpongeBob. But honestly, I'd rather be outside with my friends, or back then my sister's friends, than stuck inside. The last time I really remember that kind of outside life was in 5th grade. Me and my friends had this huge water gun fight, and felt so real. It felt so real at that time. It felt like I was actually in a water gun fight. Let me tell you, we did like the slow-mo. We was like I felt like so cool. One person had their bike. Oh, I still remember. We was walking down the street to the friend's house, and we was about to get them. We was about to get that group, but like, we was doing our slow mo. Like, they understood the assignment. We all understood the assignment. I'm getting off track once again, but yeah, that was fun. It felt real. But then something shifted. I moved. I didn't have friends in the neighborhood anymore. On the bus, I was either sleeping or on my phone. My phone became a distraction, not just for me, but for everyone. I feel like I stopped making friends as easily. I started depending on my phone more and more, and I got more socially awkward. Real life socializing got replaced with being chronically online. That's when I fell into, at that time, YouTube, Vine, Instagram, Snapchat. I didn't even have to call anyone. I didn't have to go up to that person's house and knock on the door and hope they open it and not their parents. But anyway, I could just open an app and see what everyone was doing now on Snapchat or Instagram. Before TikTok, it was Vine, and honestly, that era felt creative in a way. People were just having fun. It felt like creativity was unlimited. But here's the thing, it still affected my mind. I started talking like the people I watched, acting like them, becoming them. In little ways, trends will pop up. You will see someone else's life and start comparing it to yours. And jealousy is cruel as the grave. You also, it doesn't just change how you see others, it changes how you see yourself. Meanwhile, parents start relying more and more on phones, tablets, computers, iPods, whatever. Why? Because they worked as distractions, a busy way to keep kids occupied. But think about this choice. Would you rather have your kid draw on the wall for 5 minutes, maybe an hour, or have the entire internet, both good and evil, at their fingertips? And here's the thing. It didn't just affect the kids. It affected the parents too. So now the whole household is shaped by the internet, by what they see on the internet. Whether it's, cut off in a certain way or whether it's wide range. Which brings me to companies. When I say companies, I don't just mean movie studios or TV networks. I mean YouTubers, streamers, content creators. They're their own companies too. They decide what they put on the internet. It could be something simple or something huge. For example, picking a flower. Another example, destroying somebody's car. When I was in 3rd grade though, my teacher always put on some kind of video. I was about to say High School Musical. I mean the Magic School Bus. Or Bill Nye the Science Guy, Tim and Moby, something. Honestly, it was probably better for them as the teacher to just do that than just have your kids just do whatever they want in the classroom. Because if you just dim no lights, they're either sleeping, they're either on their phone, or they're watching the thing on the smart board. So it was probably better for them in any sort of way as a teacher. But that's my point. There are companies and channels that generally try to educate and help. That's one side of it, right? But then there are others that are just attention seekers, or I don't know how to describe them. Think about prank and channel videos. Back in the day, they were harmless. Smoothie challenge, chubby bunny, canned food challenges, prank versus prank between friends or couples. There was a boundary. There was a boundary. The audience didn't really know the creator in a sort of aspect, okay? But as influencers started sharing more about their lives, the relationship changed. The audience started having more power. And now, the audience can pressure creators, threaten to cancel them, harass them, push them into doing something they say they never do. You see, streamers get love 1 minute and hate it the next. Wow. You see, YouTubers get bullied off the platform and then called cowards for taking a break, a mental health break. Wow. You see, cancel culture, stream sniping. What else do I have to say? The dynamic flipped. Now the audience is in control and the boundaries are, where are they? Where? I don't know. They're gone. And when that happens, people start agreeing to things for money, fame, and status. I watched that shift happen in real time. Yeah. The audience matters. Feedback matters. Don't get me wrong. When I say this stuff, they matter. But just like any relationship, there has to be boundaries. Because when the blind lead the blind, nobody's really safe. If the president's blind and the people who follow the president is blind, what are we doing here? What are we doing here, y'all? And that brings me to the final piece. Social media itself. Ask yourself, why are you on social media? Why are you making content? Why are you watching content? Because just like I said, a president has influence over a country. You have influence over your own space, your own community. It's like you have a club. It's like you're in school and you have your own student club, right? And you create it and you bring all these people in. But as more people come in, the more people have opinions. If parents are making contents and kids are making content, then the why really matters to me, okay? Just remember why you started that club. Just remember why you started this community, because the love of money is the root of all evil. Like I said the love of money. I've seen people rise and fall. I see kids get shaped by content creators and what's trendy right now by what, oh my gosh, what kids are wearing these days. And I honestly wonder, do kids realize they're in a toxic relationship with creators? Do parents realize their kids are in a toxic relationship with creators? Do anybody realize this? People can love you without knowing you. People can hate you without knowing you. Entertainment is supposed to be something to relax to, right? When you turn on something entertaining, you want to feel a certain emotion, right? But when you're relaxed, you're also more influenceable. Like if you're sleeping, say you're sleeping like this, and I come up to you and say, hey, you want to go get some Chick-fil-A? Now, what if you don't actually want to get Chick-fil-A? But you're so sleepy that me telling you Chick-fil-A, 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 Chick-fil-A over and over wants you to get Chick-fil-A. So just be careful what you make and what you see and what you say in the internet, because this is a battlefield. Like, you're fighting people. We always say Hollywood is toxic, but I go further and say entertainment can be toxic in any form. There's good in it and there's bad in it. I'm not saying stop watching. I'm not saying stop creating, okay? I'm saying know the power you have. Don't be a bully. Don't be the faceless person tearing someone down. Protect your kids if you have kids. If you have kids. If you don't, protect your mind. If you have kids and you have, of course you have yourself, then protect both. With that being said, I'm hungry for a chicken pot pie. I have that chicken pot pie in the oven and it says 30 minutes, 33 minutes. I feel like it's been longer. So I'll see y'all around. Bye. Bye.